let's get right into hygiene. First, I want to point out the lineup here. Leverage system misconfigurations and poor security hygiene. No 0x-day exploits are required. Okay. I want to point out that I am not going to start the machine. I'm actually doing this locally since I created the lab. And in the interest of time, I can do scans much faster for the video if I do everything locally. So that is the reason behind that. The first question here is, how many services did you find from your Nmap scan? What specific Nmap option did you use to find them? And then question 3, what users referenced in the web app? And what service were you able to access? Okay, so we know that there's a web app just from the questions. We know that we're going to have to use a specific Nmap option to find a off service, and the hint here says, how many ports did you scan? So scoping out the first few questions, we got a pretty good amount of information I think that we can mess with here. So let me go ahead and get into the Nmap scan. But before I do that, I want to gedit notes.txt. And I'm going to give that an ampersand so I can do stuff afterwards. We'll slap that over here. Nmap scan. Okay, so we're going to do an nmap tac t4 tac p tac and the IP address for my other machine. Now this shouldn't take too long because everything's local, and when you do this in the TryHackMe room it might be a little bit slower. So I'm going to start formatting my notes here. I get users, users, Nmap scan. I check, I'm already about 70% done for a full port scan. So, and we've got 3 services here. We've got SSH, port 22, port 8080 is the web server, and an unknown service on port 37652. So I'm going to start enumerating these things. TAC capital A. This does TAC SV, TAC SC, and TAC O in one command. It also runs some other services, service enumeration scripts that does, checks for anonymous logins and whatnot. So we got port 22, port 8080, and port 37652. If we hit enter here, we can go back to our TryHackMe page here. 3, we got that, we're good to go. Go down here to Parrot OS. Alright, so time to take a look at the web browser. We see where we went wrong. It is clearly on port 8080. So let's check that out. Okay, it works. We need to start working on developing this web server. I know it's difficult during the holidays, but we have deadlines. Signed, Grumpy Joe. It's an awesome picture I drew. Not the best artist, but I try. And looks like down here we have what looks like the original Tomcat 9 landing page. So looking here, index.html is probably going to be the same page. And as we see, it is. Good. So our scan is now done. Let's get our Nmap scan here. And then we have port 22. Port 8080. And then the FTP on port 37652. Going to highlight all this stuff here. I like to just have it in. Okay. So there's our Nmap scan. There's the services we got. I forgot a line here. Paste that there. Okay, so now that we have that, we have our web server. We need to check the source code here. I don't see anything too interesting. I just want to make sure I check this before I go because I might forget. Looks like we have host manager HTML, which is typical for an Apache web server. So nothing too crazy or interesting there. But one thing I am interested in is this FTP server that allows for anonymous access here. And we see that there is a memo.txt. So let's go ahead and check that out. FTP (37652). Log in as anonymous. Alright, so it's ls. Alright, usually when I get into these things I like to do ls-tac-la. That allows me to see if there's any hidden files in there, and there isn't. So let's get memo.txt. Exit out of here, clear that out. And then let's cat the memo. See what we have here. Hey, I reset your password, but I want to tell you what it was securely in quotations. And it looks like what we have here is a hash. So, okay. What I'm going to do here is put a loot and then put memo.txt, and we will copy this here. It looks like we have Joe again. So one thing I'd like to point out is that was goofy. There we go. Users, we have Joe, but we have no password for Joe so far. So we have a hash here. Let's copy that. Clear this out. Echo. And we'll echo this into hash.txt. Now if we cat hash.txt, we can see that I did it right. Pretty happy about that. Okay, so we have hashcat tacm. There's also a built-in tool for hashcat to get all this, but I am not that into making my terminal full of a bunch of stuff that's hard to read. So I like to use this. It's really easy to find. And we see here with our hash, just right off the bat, something looks kind of familiar here. Looks like it's probably an MD5. So we're gonna test that out. So hashcat m0 hash.txt, because I never remember where my word lists are. I always look for it that way. And there we go. So I've actually already cracked this password, and it exists in RockU. To show it, I'm just going to do a quick tac show. And here we see Nightmare. So I can take this, I'll copy that. Let's look at my notes here, and we'll paste that there. So we have Joe, and then we also have tac Nightmare. I don't know if this is Joe's password, but I'd assume Joe's not telling Joe his password through a memo like that. So, alright, let's go over here. What user is referenced? That's like 5 letters, so we know that's not Joe. We do know we were able to access the FTP server, so that's good. We did crack a hash. Let's see if Nightmare fits. It certainly does. So now we need to find out who's referenced in this here web app. Let's check that out. We're here. There's a lot of stuff to look at here. I like, personally, Barrowbuster. And we have the web there, tac W for the word list. And once again, I am using locate to find my word list. Alright, so let's see what we have. Looks like ferric oxide's pointing out /images, /admin, /manager. So let's go ahead and check out /manager real quick. That requires a password. Let's try admin and then Tomcat. And that didn't really seem to work. Okay. I mean, there's Joe. Password. Yeah, not really working. I'm not necessarily into brute forcing things without knowing too much information, because I just don't really like it too much. Let's check out admin here. We got a 404. Okay. Let's check out images. Okay. It's possible that there may be a hidden something in here. So I'm actually kind of interested in some files maybe. So let's see what we can find about admin. Okay, so right here, right off the bat, admin.html. Let's check that out. Let's go over here. admin/admin.html. And we have a very beautiful web page. Not much going on here. Let's view the page source. So we got a couple comments here, but didn't really do too much. I don't really see anything too interesting here. Okay, so this pretty much is just HTML that doesn't really do too much or say any information. That's okay though. We're busting the directory here. It'll just be a few moments before we actually get this. Hopefully we get something enumerated here. I may pause the video and replay it when I do get something back. Okay, so it looks like we got admin staging. So let's check out admin staging. Of course, it's a 404. So let's go over here, add staging to the list. Let's see what comes up, and instantly we get index1.html. Okay, I'll restart that. Let's see what we get here. Okay, a little bit more of a page, it looks like. Scroll down here, see if we can find anything cool. Do any of these buttons work, or any of these links? Control click them. Looks like they just redirect here. Yeah, they're all to the same place. Still under development. Looks like there's just some filler text in here. And looks like we got ask, tell, opple, and gaggle. Okay, so there's really nothing interesting here. Let's check out the source code. And looks like we've got, where's our, where the heck is our CSS? Looks like Joe's really good at writing comments on things, huh? So, okay, scrolling down, let's see if we find anything. Ooh, what's this? More green text. You need to take a look at the FTP server, Sally. Well, we actually already did take a look at the FTP server, and we found a password. So let's put Sally here. I don't know if Nightmare is her password, but we're going to go ahead and give that a try here in a second. So I'm going to stop that because we have potential initial access here. We see Sally is here on the web app. We've got the FTP Nightmare. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is go to our parrot, and then services. The only real thing we can connect with is SSH here. So why would I copy that twice? Go me. All right. Whatever. Okay, so I'm going to SSH Sally at 192.168.28.130. And we're going to try the Nightmare password. And look at that. Awesome. Hey, look, new version is out, available. Okay, so we have a shell here. Apparently Sally doesn't have a directory or something, or her directory is supposed to be here. That doesn't look right. Let's see where we're at. Okay, let's see where we're at. We're in root. Okay, so let's cd to the home and see what's in the directory. We got Joe, we got Sally. Okay, so let's go to Sally and then go to her desktop. And right there is user text, so let's add user.text. Right there we have the first flag. Boom. There's that, and we were able to authenticate to SSH. So there we go. All right, so the next question is a secret document. Okay. Then there's an enum flag, and then another password to crack, apparently, in this here secret document. Okay, I'm down. Let's go ahead and update this stuff here. We got Nightmare as a password. Joe, we don't have a password yet. We got the memo text here. And, okay. So, if we look back here, we got a hidden file somewhere in here because we got this dot here. And, of course, I'm using the questions here to answer. They're a little bit of hints in their own. So, okay, so now that we have the user.text, it's time to look for this hidden file, right? The secret document. And we can kind of tell we're cheating a little bit because we got this hint. You know, we need the full path to the directory. We see that there's a dot here, which indicates there may be a hidden file somewhere. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to find -type tacf tac path, and we know that what we're looking for sure is a hidden file. like that. But what I'm going to do is try to end in .txt. So the command here, find, and ooh, almost messed that up. / type is file, path, we want to find anything where the directory or the path starts with a dot after the slash here. And then, of course, if it also ends in text, we want to see it. So it has to be a hidden file with this dot here, and it has to end in text. And this slash here says that we're just searching from the root directory. Or not the root directory. Yeah, the root directory. Not root directory. But yeah, the slash directory. So looks like I messed up. Oh, no tag F, just F. There we go. So as you can see, we get a lot of stuff back, right? So I want to kind of limit what I get back because it's a lot of stuff. So we're going to come over here. We're going to do this / home. All right, let's see what we get here. We get a lot of stuff for Joe, and we don't have any permissions. And we probably won't. I mean, look at our shell here. We're not really high privileged users, so we may only really be able to find something in the Sally directory. Let's see what's going on here. Look at that. So we find enum.txt. Okay, so let's cd this way, and then should be that right there. So I'm going to copy that and paste, and there we are. So it looks like we're in the .local folder with share, where the trash folder is with files in it. Looks like we have our enum.txt and Joe memo. So cat enum.txt here, and it looks like we have an additional flag. So let me go here. We found the enum flag like that, and we want to find the whole path to the directory. So let's go back in here to our parrot. I'm going to do pwd. Just double click that and copy. And pasting this in should get us this answer. Look at that. Okay, so we know that this document here probably has a hash in it. So let us cat Joe memo. It says, hey Sally, the developers need to get working on the website, but they're having issues connecting to it. Can you log into my account and restart the service? With a hash here. And this looks very similar to the MD5 password that we saw earlier. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to clear this out. Then I'm going to echo. I'm going to paste this hash in here. Like so. And then hash.txt. I did the double arrow thing here because I want to append. So now if I cat hash.txt, you'll see there's the first that I got in there, the first hash, and the second hash. So now we want to go ahead and add to our notes as well, something I haven't really been doing a very good job of so far. So we're going to put here Joe memo. Then we're going to come back. We're just going to copy this stuff here. Copy, paste it in here. And that looks goofy format-wise because it is shrunk window. So we're also going to copy this here. And we're going to say found in, there we go. And I'm just going to put a little enter there just because it makes it easier for me to read. We have our hash file here. Then we have hashcat tac m0 hash.txt, tac w, and of course I need to locate my rocky.txt. I'm just going to copy this over, and I will say that I have already cracked this password. What? User share wordless rocky as a value must be a number. That doesn't make sense. Oh, that's right. Now I need to put tac w with hashcat. So I've already cracked this password, and I'm going to tac show. And here we have both hashes, night pair, and then secure password. So Joe's password is actually secure password. Doesn't seem too secure to me now. We're going to scroll down here and put this there. All right, there we go. So now that we have that, let's see what we can do. Switch users as Joe. And then secure password. Look at that, Joe. Let's cd to home here. And ls cd Joe / desktop. And there is nothing of interest on his desktop here. That's fine. Let's go back to the questions here. What is the cracked hash of the document? The secret document. It is secure password. Okay. So one of the first things I do whenever I get onto a user, I didn't quite do it with Sally because I kind of knew she was low permissions anyways. I probably should have done that, and I apologize for not doing it initially, but sudo tac ll. Sorry about my phone there. And we get to see some cool stuff. We get to see that he is a sudo enterer. So he is his sudo worst entry. He can run as all users, as all groups, and can do all commands as root. We also see what his path looks like and all kinds of cool stuff. So privilege escalation to root from here on out is actually quite simple. All you really have to do is sudo tac I, because Joe has not properly managed his server. Hey, just want to say thank you for checking out my room. It was the first room I ever created on TryHackMe. It was a very fun experience, and I got to learn a lot from it. I also want to thank you for checking out this video. I really appreciate it. You have a good day.